I think one of my favorite service projects was going to a shelter to help fold clothes and clean the space for the kids and their parents. That stayed with me because I was new from Haiti. I didn't know much, but I always thought, I needed things. And then seeing that there were people that needed way more than I did, and also that I was in a position where I could help them, make their day better by cleaning something for them or folding their clothes. They were not there. I think that's what made it even more special, because they were not there. And then so when they would come, then they would see, this beautiful changes, like cleaner space and folded clothes. I think the clothes were from donations, so even packing things together. And I remember the emphasis they have on making sure that everything we were folding were things that were of quality, and things that were not, presentable, we did not include them. I think even though we were giving them those things, like donating, but there was like respect in doing that. I think that was very significant. After those few first meetings with my friends, going to the service, I felt home, because that's who I am, serving others. That's what I've, even before I came to the US, my mom taught me to always give back to people, and I think buildOn as an organization is doing that in more ways than I can explain. So I think it became home instantly, knowing what they stood for. They were serving locally, but also building schools around the world. I think education is something that I value a lot, because I came from Haiti, and Haiti has a really high illiteracy rate. And knowing that buildOn is building schools in Haiti and other countries around the world to give people a chance to get an education, I think that I was home instantly. I am now a first-year student at University of New England Osteopathic School of Medicine. So very stressful and busy as a med student. buildOn changed my life. I would say I finished high school in 2014, so going to college, I think because I was in buildOn, I became the chairperson for community service and engagement, part of the Alpha Lambda Delta, which is a national honor society. I think that was all because of the impact buildOn had on me, because I was still learning English, I was still doing all these things, but because I was part of buildOn in high school, it just changed my perspective that you don't have to sound American. You don't have to have a lot. Being active in your community doesn't require much. It just requires your time and passion to help others. Pursuing medicine has always been my dream as a kid, but I think definitely being part of buildOn was confirmation that I want to do something that I don't, not per se benefit from, but helping them have a better day. I'll get to do that as a physician, seeing families and being able to make them feel better, not always, but, just being someone they can talk to, reassure them, being that person that in those moments that make them feel as a person, that make them feel cared for. I think there's still a lot of value in that. I would say definitely. I think I did mention that I was new because I came here from in 2012. I think being involved in buildOn, it just made me realize that where I was is not the end. There's way more I could do getting involved. And I came here when I was 18. I was definitely scared that, I need to speak English. I need to find my people. But I think in buildOn, I found my group of people because I didn't know anyone yet. And within that community in buildOn, I think I found myself. And that's when I think networking, because I started networking through buildOn, talking to different teachers and going to different activities. I think I would say buildOn was the spark I needed in the US for me to break out of my shell. I would definitely tell them to use that time in buildOn to find themselves, In serving others, you can find yourself. Maybe you think you come, in high school, you don't fully know what you want to do in the future sometimes, but maybe through those community service that you're doing, maybe you didn't know you had a passion for medicine, for example. Do you want to be a nurse? Maybe in helping, passing out, going to a kitchen. I think I went to a kitchen and then they were serving food for terminally ill patients. That marked me, and all of those things got me thinking about what I want to do with my life. So I think for them to use that time when they go to service, when they come back, reflect on that and what that means for them, and help them discover who they are and what they want to do in the future. And also, I think buildOn has a good way. As students, it helps you realize that, yes, you have a lot going on in your own life, but people have way more, and sometimes putting your own issues aside can be a relief and focus on others. So I would say for them to use all the time that they can when they're serving, to just forget about themselves for a minute or for an hour and focus on other people, and that can help them.